Donald. You wrote someone for you. Umpire, we are starting between our Monday. When are you? Extension. Where the people are going to put them with careful match, we must what done.
A very good afternoon once again, dear viewers. Welcome to the ATA YouTube streaming platform, where today, Monday 6th of October, up to the 8th of the same October month, at Addis Sport in Kampala, we are having the Super 8-man comp of the ATA, the third edition for Ugandans only. But this time, it's only players that did make the cut into the Uganda national team that is headed to South Africa for the Ultimate Pool Championships. And for that reason, this comp is being played in American 8-ball rules. Call them Ultimate rules. The ongoing match is between two players that do run the show in Ugandan pool ladies category. One of them, according to the Pool Association of Uganda, is the #1 ranked player who has just spotted the black. Anka Sheila is up against Motesi Rashida in one of the last matches in the first round, racing to 7 in not more than 70 minutes. Also not more than 30 seconds in which to take a shot before 15 minutes to the end of the match. If it does come to that, then they will be having 15 seconds in between shots. Rashida 0 and Sheila 1, racing to 7 for a place in the winners bracket semi-finals. The 4 losing players will also be dropping to the losers side of the chart, which will as well be played today. So far it is Julie. So far it is Jacinta. And whoever it is that will be losing this match. Last comp of the ATA involving ladies at the same venue was won by this very lady, Rashida, when she defeated her elder sister Rukia in the final. Ranked 3rd by the Pool Association of Uganda, she is taking on the player that is ranked 1st. But so many consider Rashida as the unofficial best player. She has won more tournaments than any other player involved, when you are to sum up official ones and non-official ones, in the space of the last 3-4 years. But this year she has been a little too more dominant. I think has won about 80% of comps in which she has participated from my memory. She has won 2 comps at Addis Sport where we are. All of them 32 woman competitions that are normally held on monthly basis. She also won a comp at Dice Lounge in Munyonyo, a suburb of Kampala. That was creme de la creme, involving 8 players only. She has won 2 tournaments organized by the Pool Association of Uganda, that is the Grand Open Championship as well as the Women's Day Championship in February and March respectively. She also, with her team Mokono Pool Club, did win the National Pool League, also herself coming out as top scorer. The MVP award being given to her opponent, Sheila, who leads by 1-0 and looks to be on the verge of wanting to win a second. That is very good queuing. Red off yellow with big power in the same shot that he has manipulated the cue ball very well to get her accurate white for the penultimate red, which she'll now be putting to the corner pocket bottom right. She'll want to do the cue ball backwards. Naturally it moves closer to the red that is now around the middle of the table. She may want to put it to the diagonal corner pocket top right. Maybe if she draws the cue ball backwards, there is a little cut between white and red, where the white moves now bottomwards. She may want to put black to the corner pocket of 2 cushions. And most of you who sometimes in the comment section do judge Sheila to be somewhat defensive, today she's giving Rashida a taste of her own medicine. It is Sheila who is going for the frames, attacking with speed and prowess. Uganda's national champion wanting to put black. I'm not so certain there is enough space between that yellow and jaw of the corner pocket. 3 seconds to go. Goes for the sharp cut and misses. Anisha. The match is live. Also, thank you for watching my partner in crime, Muchuzi. What can Rashida do about this? The white has to be played with backspin, perhaps placing her in between the two yellows. She has moved the cue ball so close to the cushion, gives her some kind of level of difficulty to put either of the two yellows on the table. Whichever shot she is to start with is tempting. Cue ball is not natural for the second yellow. Once she pots, which is only if she does get to pot, and plays the cue ball relatively not that good. She's perhaps going for some defense shot, hiding the white behind the yellow. She gets to foul, and when the cue ball is potted, it's not only a loss of turn, it's a standard foul. The incoming player has the right to place the cue ball anywhere on the bed of the table. That's why Shayla is having it this easy, winning the frame and extending her lead. It is now Shayla 2 and Rashida 0. Guys, please accept my apologies. I've been corrected by the producer. The score is not 2-0, it is 2-1, because first frame of the match before commentary did start was won by Rashida. The players who are just about 5 years apart, one 24, another 29. The 29-year-old being Shayla, who turned 29 just over 1 week ago. At this venue, it was beautiful seeing her teammates with the national team joining her in celebration. I later got to learn that the celebration was organized by her husband, Nicholas Nsereko. I saw a flower, a big flower made of money. That is one time that I wished I was that lady. I were that lady. How do you get a big basket of money simply for turning 1 year older? No wonder she's clearly having increasing weight. Maybe because she's a happy person. Maybe because it is for the other reason, which is not sporting but biological. I am kidding. In a little bit of trouble is Rashida Mutesiho. Last time out that faced off with her current opponent was a final of a comp that was organized at this very venue, the Addis Sports Club 32-woman ladies monthly competition, won by Rashida with victory over Anka in the final. This time round it is Anka that is starting out the stronger player, at least for the first 3 frames. Rashida wanting to right the wrongs that she did commit in the first 3 frames, most especially the last 2. She has not controlled her cue ball that well. It hasn't moved towards the bottom end of the table, which was her intention. very difficult having a cut of the yellow she's trying to maneuver. Perhaps now deciding to go for the bank, bounce the yellow off the cushion, move it towards the corner pocket and gets it in. What a way to recover from not being able to manipulate the white ball well. And surely this one will be the first frame of the match, won by Apple, by the player that is called the Beast, the player that knows how to bully female players, the player that also knows how to play against men, sometimes reaching the prize brackets, gets to equalize. It's now Rashida 1 and Sheila 1. Pardon, it's 2-2, not 1-1, eh? It's Messi who told me that it was 1-1. So guys, while the Uganda national pool team is supposed to be heading to South Africa this coming weekend, latest on Sunday, there isn't full confirmation of travel. The expected date of return of visas is Wednesday this coming week on the 8th. Thereafter, they will have 2 days to book flight tickets. They still have challenges as a team in securing funds for tickets, though they've already registered for the event and have paid accommodation and part of the meals besides the entry fees for the event. So the bigger part has been done. Just in case you have a player of interest who will really want to make it to the team but may have challenges in the air ticket, feel free to support them by purchasing an air ticket for them, including any of these two or any of the players in the competition, male and female category. Here comes Sheila. Sometimes we address her as Anchor Sheila, sometimes Marion Chisache. She's born to Kenyan and Ugandan parents. She did grow up in Kenya. Taught how to play pool by her brother. They did play pool for a very long time in Western Kenya together, but was frequenting between Kenya and Uganda, residing in the city of Jinja in Uganda and sometimes residing in Kenya. Being taught how to play by her brother, who unfortunately was at one time playing pool in a local pub in Kenya, casually, but gambling. Then got a misunderstanding with his opponent, who hit him hard with a cue ball on the head and was rushed to the hospital. And unfortunately, while the doctors did their best was not good enough. We lost him. The story is that he had told their mother that please accept my young sister to continue playing pool because I think she will become a very great player. And in the heavens, I know that he's watching over Anchor after that prophecy that came true, because his younger sister is now currently Uganda's national champion and #1 ranked player by the police station of Uganda. She's facing the country's unofficial best player, Rashida, who gets to put the penultimate ball of the match in red. I'm not so certain. Black is passable to the corner pocket now, bottom right. Perhaps it is, as she is now playing at some kind of world-class level, like the world-class player that she is. Gets to lead for the second time in the match. Rashida 3 and Sheila 2. Thank you for watching Scam. Choose jump on a border. Alfred Emoge. Also, thank you for watching. Just as Abraham Ahawe, as in when the men are playing, they are resuming tomorrow. But some of them are here. A tournament that is also being graced by the national coach of Uganda's national pool team, and Nathan Safari Bwankosia. As Sheila fouls, the thing I didn't tell you about, sometimes you see us calling her Sheila Anka, sometimes Marion Sache. She has dual citizenship in Uganda and Kenya because of having Kenyan and Ugandan parents. In Kenya, her dad called her Anka Sheila. In Uganda, her mom called her Marion Sache. That is just like that. Kenyan names by her dad, Ugandan names by her mom. But the Ugandan laws do accept dual citizenship. It's even easier when it is dual citizenship in a fellow East African country because of the East African community. It is 30 seconds per shot, but with 15 minutes left to go in the match, the amount of time allocated per shot is lowered to 15 seconds. The players are permitted one extension of 10 seconds in each frame. Our umpire is Farida Hadija. Naturally, for me, the most dedicated female umpire, maybe even on the continent. And now Miss Rashida Motesi going for what could be clearance number 4 for her. She just calls herself the best as a nickname. She has that saying that goes with her. She likes posting it on her socials that the MCs normally say that may the best player win. She says that while you MCs say that may the best player win, you forget that my nickname is the best. She's pulling our leg, saying that as though we are insinuating that may she win. Now the best is up against the black, wanting to put her to the center pocket at the bottom of the screen. She can sometimes mean to make light work of her opponents. She does win yet another frame and does extend her lead. Rashida 4 and Sheila 2. The Ugandan ladies pool has been evolving over the years. I am fortunate, I call myself, having watched the first ever ladies league match. Ladies were incorporated into the pool session of Uganda program in 2008, and in 2009 we did have the first ladies pool league. And 16 years later, there are a few players who are still involved in the competition after having featured in the 2009 Pioneer League. That is Jacinta Kajubi involved in this tournament. Lydia Ayebazibwe, Victoria Namuhanga, Vicky Skills, she calls herself. Probably she's watching this match somewhere. Kezia Wavamuno nowadays is an umpire, amongst a few others. It's in 2013 that Shayla was discovered from the city of Ginger. I don't want to tell you my own story with some of these players. I had gone to see a friend who was captain of the team in the area that was called Lillians. Then at the venue I saw this young woman training, but with very big potential. Then I spoke to the friend. I told her that this lady needs to be taken to Kampala to participate in the league. She is that good. Cut the long story short, that lady is now number 1 ranked by the Police Station of Uganda, but she's trading by 4 frames to 2 in this one. 2016, Shayla did win her first comp of the Police Station of Uganda, the Christmas Cup Championship. 1 year later, Rashida was introduced full throttle into the pool system. There is a loss of turn here by Rashida as she fouls with the cue ball in the hand of Shayla Anchor, with her having permission and authority to place it anywhere on the bed of the table, but with 1 visit, not 2 like other rules. 2018 saw now the dominance of the ladies pool by Rashida and Rokia, something that has happened up to present date, but the credit I give to Anka Shayla is that she has given them the biggest amount of competition, winning a number of tournaments there in between and dominating the year that was 2024, winning almost everything that there was to win on the Police Station of Uganda calendar, including the National Open, Grand Open, Pool Queen, only coming 4th in the end of year comp and being ranked a distant first by the Police Station of Uganda. Rokia, Rashida's sister, distantly 2nd, and Rashida 3rd. But the sisters have as well been way more dominant in comps outside the association, locally and internationally. As for Rashida, while she has been a world-class player for all of these years, I believe that 2025 is when she has played her best pool. She has been so clinical in most competitions this year. I just wish that these Ugandan ladies, especially those that make the current crop of the Uganda national pool team, not just the 8, but a good number of them, about 15, to simply start participating in international competitions outside the African continent, because they have all that it takes to dominate world pool, global pool, including these 2. Here she is playing herself a little bit out of position. MX, thank you for watching. Asking if this one is a South African table. No, it is an original blackboard table made in the United Kingdom, the same exact tables where Ultimate Pool United Kingdom is played. The only other place, perhaps south of the Sahara, where you find these quality tables is at Mchana Pub and Grill in Nairobi. Inbox the ATA to get yourself a pool table. If you want one, it goes for $3,000. It is worth your money. It facilitates the game to be played the way it's supposed to be played, not those bucket pockets in some places, including Uganda. When you are on target, it definitely goes in. When you are not on target, it definitely does not go in. You play the game the way it's supposed to be played. If you are buying them in multitude, you will have a discount of $500 and you get yours at 2,500 US. Rashida wants to discount Shayla's chances of winning this match if she can increase her lead, if she can put black perhaps to the center pocket at the bottom. She's on target and playing pretty much like a beast, calling herself the best, and now leading by 5 frames to 2. Timeout for Shayla. Just in case you are just joining the stream, you are watching the ATA Uganda Super 8 woman competition, which will be moving hand in hand with the ATA Uganda Super 8 man competition, involving 8 players that made it to the national team that will be participating in the Ultimate Pool Championships coming up in Namuhanga early next weekend. You are watching Sheila Anka, ranked first by the Pool Association of Uganda, potting black, pulling 1 frame back, making it now 3 for herself against Rashida's 5, racing to 7 in 70 minutes in the third match in the first round winners bracket. It's a double elimination competition. The winners of the matches in this round proceed to the winners bracket semis. The losers drop to the losers bracket, where they still have chance of winning the tournament, going through the longer route. A live stream of the match on the Advanced Talent Agency, a YouTube channel, with myself, Peter Chobe, as commentator, using original black bottle, but the only one in effective use in the country, at least for now. But the ATA did ship them in a few dozens, just in case you want to grab yourself one. Inbox the ATA on their socials and make it yours for 3,000 US dollars. It is the very same tables on which the European Ultimate Pool Championships are played, and American Ultimate Pool Championships, the World Black Ball Championships, the very same tables. World class facilities, also world class players in a top class setting. Rashida won frame number 1. Sheila won the next 2, led by 2 frames to 1. Rashida won the next 5. Sheila going for timeout and coming back to pull 1 back. That's why the score is now at 5 frames to 3. They did face off these same players just under 3 weeks ago at this same venue, same table, in the final of a 32-woman comp that was won by Rashida. In that final that was raced to 7. It was tight at one point. Sheila led by 3 frames to 2. Rashida winning the next 5, thereby winning the match relatively comfortably. As she's attempting a combination shot and gets it right. Playing with ease and vigor and some kind of arrogance. The venue is Addis Sport in Kampala. Oh yeah, there are so many tournaments that are played. At least one that is streamed live every fortnight or so. Personally, I've streamed a few dozens of events here ever since this venue was opened, perhaps about 2 to 3 years ago. You are watching the best who has been for most of the tournament in some kind of beast mode. Now having to put red close to white to the corner pocket bottom right. The cue ball, when drawn backwards, will be natural for the last red, which will want to play by rail drive. The confidence she does have, even the confidence the commentary team does have in her, simply by aiming for balls when in space, you just know she's going to sink them in. I'm not so certain. The jaw of the center pocket hasn't happened. Yes, she's snookered partially, massing the cue ball around the jaw to find the red, but doesn't pot it. For Sheila, a chance at least to play in the frame. She could very easily be the best player, Sheila, in terms of winning a frame looking this tricky. Very complete player in my book, the most complete player in the country, between herself and Rukia, perfecting attack and defense technique and tactic equally good. Now having to put black, give her a chance to play. She really knows how to utilize them. By the way, it is 25.5 minutes to go, more than enough time for her to mount a comeback and try to win what will be a very memorable match. She's won 2 frames in a row after timeout. Seemingly she utilized timeout better in her favor. What most players do, sometimes they call their manager for some words of encouragement. Some of them make a call to teammates besides management team that things are not going well. In your opinion, what words do you have for me? Maybe even speaking to their coach. They have a joint coach, of course. They are both members of the national pool team. Nathan Bwankosia is at the venue as Sheila breaks dry. There is one more match that is supposed to be played on the winner's side of the draw. Call it the draw that has players who have not played at all. Former national champion Rita Nimsima is supposed to be taking on Zaimat Nabafu. Rita has communicated that she's not feeling well enough to play. Before the match is called into the table, there will be one match in the losers category, simply to give Rita perhaps 1 hour or so as a benefit of doubt, just in case she can make it to the venue and play. And when it is a Super 8 woman comp, when Rita doesn't play, looks like a very big miss. Yes, she has been a top quality player for now 15 years and growing and still strong. Rashida has to be very careful not to lose her pattern here. They are playing ultimate pool rules. The scores have become close, courtesy of Sheila, putting Rashida under pressure, and it can get to the time when it is 15 seconds to take a shot, when it's 15 minutes left on the clock. And for the time that I have seen these two sometimes in training, I have a feeling Sheila could be the faster player who could be fancied the more when the amount of time permitted per shot is lessened by half. She's decided to put one of her yellows of Sheila's red with the idea to pot, but also this position. The red, have it a little bit distant from the pocket, make it difficult for Sheila to pot if it comes to that. For Rashida, the intention is to permit Sheila back into the frame. Wanting now to put yellow to the corner pocket, bottom left cue ball has to be bounced off the bottom cushion, move it towards the middle of the table. A shot that has been played with accuracy. What Rashida will not be happy with is the fact that it is so close to a red, which could hamper her bridge as she goes for another ball. Now the position is kind of tricky. The yellow ball in between a yellow and cue ball, I doubt it is portable to the center pocket. If it can pass, then she will be okay. Perhaps it was always passing, needing to cheat the pocket a little bit. She now has a little bit of a cut between white and yellow, putting to the same center pocket. When it gets to this, the rest will always be a formality. Another frame one with one visit of the table from the beast. It is Rashida 6 and Sheila 4. In a race to 7, Rashida now needs to win only one. For Sheila, she will be hoping that she fights tooth and nail for this ongoing frame. Try to win it, take the scores for herself to 5, and ensure that she tries to win on time, because she's a very gifted player when it comes to playing with speed. She will be hoping to be the better player. If it is 15 seconds per shot for Rashida, she will want to win the match by winning this up and coming frame. Very easily, she could be the best female player on the African continent, this young woman. Coming from a family of talented shooters. She does have a brother who she says is very good at playing pool, but choosing only to remain casual. She also has a sister who is her big rival, and also a former African champion. And they are teammates both at national team and at club level. But big rivals on the table they are. Shayla does go for the yellows. And here she is, going for reverse dish. She can remain to have a professional approach to the table, Shayla. When she puts the yellow, she's looking at the corner pocket. Top left cue ball bounces off the bottom cushion, moves it into space. Space enough for her to start with either of the two yellows left on the table. We'll want to start with the rightwards of the two. Also having to maintain the cue ball at a position in between those two reds. She now has clear passage of the cue ball onto the yellow, putting it to the center pocket on the left and black corner pocket bottom right. Very simple roll. It's a little bit too much power on the cue ball, but I think we'll be okay. She has to be on target, but also must avoid the unfortunate incident in which cue ball could be ported to the center pocket. White is safe, black is sunk. Shayla wins. She still has life in her. Very well one frame with one visit of the table, all 7 yellows spotted, just as is the black. Believe you me, when it comes to ladies pool, you are watching a world-class match. 2 frames being won by either of the players, 1 for each, and with 1 visit of the table to finish all of them 8 balls. It is now Shayla 5 and Rashida 6. Now the adjustment in terms of time allocated between shots is in effect, because it is now 14 minutes left in the match. It is not 15 minutes per shot, guys. It is instead 20. That's why this ongoing frame is very crucial for both of the players, most especially Shayla, who does have chance to win another frame all in a row. And with 1 visit of the table, that doesn't happen all the time when you are watching ladies pool. It's a standard blackboard table. And how good she's queuing. If she rolls yellow against the rail, white is natural for the black to the same corner pocket. She simply has to be on target, but on target she has not been. I don't even know what went on in her mind. It was a very critical shot. All she needed was to concentrate, relax, calm herself down, even under pressure. By her standards, it was an easy ball. If she loses the frame, she will lose the match and she will go down as the guilty player, as fighting so hard and then giving it all away rather carelessly at the very end. Yes, sometimes commentary involves critiquing of these players. It's also very good for them when they get to watch these matches online after the live stream. Now it is Rashida doing the defensive work. Sheila having to find her yellow off the cushion. If the frame is heavily poised in favor of Rashida, there has been a foul. Not only is it a loss of turn, the cue ball is in hand and Rashida can place it anywhere on the blue bed. Anywhere. That's why you are seeing all the liberty to place the cue ball as distant as possible from the ball line. She should be home and dry. The opportunity is so big for a player this good, especially given what is at stake. This one will be the harder of the opponents she'll be having in this competition, and she's taking her down, needing to put 3 more reds and the black, all of them positioned in perfect space for her to strike. And how good she can mean to cue. The last 2 reds will be voted by simple roll because white is natural for another red. She may as well have to roll, maybe play the cue ball a little into the yellow, maybe draw it backwards to try and put black to the same corner pocket where she has just putted the previous red for her to win the frame and the match, and there she does go. Perhaps with that kind of performance, clearly the best performance of the competition so far, even with her good qualities, she's wearing a very big smile, very contented in her performance. Not any bad from Anka Sheila, but Rashida has just been the better player and perhaps the deserved qualifier into the winners bracket semi-finals. Final score: Motesi Rashida 7 and Anka Sheila 5.